Book 4, Chapter 51. Boy, do you not yet understand? It's either Pen or Cot or maybe Chris, I heard the captain say. Such a bloody mess is this, but let's sort it out today. I was walking to Mars' cabin and I overheard by chance. Door was open anyway, so I took a glance. There was Cap and Snell and Figgins, and Mars wrapped up, elbow to his shoulder. Come in, boy. We're making a decision. We could use your input anyway, now you're getting older. I shrugged my shoulders, looked at Mars, held arms out, palms up, questioning. Mars rolled his eyes, extended good arm, 2 fingers wiggled, beckoning. Figgins made clear our intentions. Looking for a new first mate. One who can give good direction, won't panic or hesitate. Seaman Penn, Snell began. He's quick, decisive, smart. He's respected by the other men. Not that the others aren't, but Chris, well, he's way too new. Cot just started a new job, too. I think Penn is overdue. I'm with Snell, said Figgins. He's a master at the riggins. He's been with us now, 4 or 5 years? Never surly, full of cheer. Helps the new blokes with their gear. The boys will do his bidding. Cap said, yes, I'm with you too. Mars, Morgan, how about you? We both nodded. Then we're through. One other thing I wanted. Malaga is Joe's hometown. His family is still there. I'd like to have a consensus now. We treat them more than fair. With bonus, his wages for this trip thus far totaled up to 267 gold. I'd like to add more top of that. We've plenty in the hold. You keep track of wages, Cap? For over 100 crew? Right down to the penny, lad. Even Lime and you. For every day you're on the sea doing the will of Spain, your name is on my docket, lad. You're paid when home again. If you're in the port, there, just for sport, you're not earning any wages. But to have some fun, I front you some. And it's subtracted from the pages. What about that 60 coin that lined those blighters' pockets? I heard lots of groans and whines when it went to Davy's locker. Boy, do you not yet understand? That was a needful lesson to every other man. We cannot tolerate the greed that leads to killing. Others, well, you can't always tell the breed. Others might be willing. So what about that 60, lad, went over in the sea? Life is much more precious than just a few gold pieces. Now, Morgan, go get Pen. Chapter 52. All they ever wanted. The following morning at roll call, a new first mate stood on deck. I just wanted to say to all, I'm proud that I've been picked. First order of business, lads, is to honor our fallen mate. For 18 years he sailed with Cap, and here he lies in state. Does anyone have a thought to share? Let him say it now, before we say our final prayer and send him o'er the prow. Silence followed, until Miss Lynn stood, tall, chin up, proud, and then, I have a few things to say of life and death and Joe Zangari. My father was a captain. His father was before him. Going back, I guess all my kin were sailors on the ocean. All they ever wanted was to stand at a salt spray rail, feel the ocean breeze, hear the welcome creaks of the deck neath a billowing sail. All they ever wanted was to the heavens make a vow, to fight and win when a fierce north wind sent green water over the prow. All they ever wanted was to rid scum from off the water, to make us safe from the jowls, mulrays, and you, yes, you, Joe Zangari, You lived to save this captain's daughter. 'Twas you reached your hand down, pulled me up when I was drowning. 'Twas you, bullets flying all around, pirates boarding, still stood your ground. So I, Joe, and all this crew are indeed in debt to you. May your sails always billow. May the captain reach out his hand to you, guide you to the lee. Miss Lynn's voice began to quaver, and I wanted so to comfort her, run to her and hold her. But her strength she caught, and she finished her thought. May the captain reach out his hand to you, guide you to the lee side of the weather. Farewell, Joe. May it not be forever. And so, to the roar of cannons, we offered Joe Zangari to the sea. Chapter 53, Ile de Hires. In charge of the sailing master's cabin, I was still limping some. Mars was laid up from his awful stabbing, so I got lime to run. The readings I took had us making good time, in spite of the west wind blowing. Mally, I put on the afternoon chip line, that bald fella Ben, in the morn. Toward the end of the day, Cap came in and asked where we were at. Said I, "We're close to Marseille, sir." He said, "Show me on the map." 30 miles dead south of Cannes, about 22 from nearest land. He pointed, "What's that little island band?" "Nearest, Cap, Ile du Levant. Furthest, Ile de Hires." "To the furthest out, this Ile de Hires. Just what is our distance?" I suspected Cap was testing me, but I offered no resistance. "I should consult our logs. May be places we must jog." I decided then to play it straight. "From here, Cap, 38. In time, about 10 hours. "Then," said Cap, "set a course for this Ile de Hires. We're getting close to dog watch now, so 6 bells we should be close. 6 or 8 bells at the most. Sometime during middle watch, providing there aren't rocks. So, set the course, consult your logs, I'll send Lime around to fetch it." Mars' log did show a danger. 5 miles of coral reef. Not sailing more this night. We chose wisely to drop anchor in 10 fathoms, 60 feet. Waited for dawn's light. We had to skirt 2 miles around south side. Still, I swelled with pride. Took 12 hours. Well, not quite. Jolly was lowered at dawn. In it were Chris, Klein, and Penn. Out of the hold, and I might add with no gold, still shackled, came those 3 men. Into the Jolly they got and rowed them right up to the shore. Unshackled them there. Their feet were still bare. Then dropped off a crate, nothing more. A very lonely spot. Crate Cap had me load was but meager. A few biscuits, dried fish, not a lot. 3 flintlocks, some powder, for each one a dagger, a small cask of water, and some shot. And we left them there, marooned on Ile de Hires. Chapter 54. Why did we dry dock here? Mars de la Bec squinted up at me when I came in through the door. "Mars, you're up and around, I see." "Aye, up, but still mighty sore. Should have stayed in bed where I belonged when we chose a new first mate. I thought Penn all along. Good choice, he. First rate." "But how are you, my friend, de la Bec? Your arm got cut up bad." "I threw it up to protect my neck, so still I got my throat, lad. Poor Joe, they run him through. Would have done me, too. Enough of me. I heard we dropped off 2, 3 back there on some island. Also heard Marseille but a day away. Ha! Lad, may I say, some fine sailing. Miss Roseanna Lynn, as we sailed in Marseille's deep channel harbor, pointed out to me, 'twas her home, you see, all the sights along the water. "There's the Chateau d'If, a fort at one time," she cried, "but now," and she sighed, "it's a prison. No one could escape, none would dare. It's at least a mile from shore. How did they build it way out there?" She answered me, "Slave labor." "And way up there on the hillside, that truly massive structure?" Miss Lynn answered, full of pride, "Basilique Notre Dame de la Garde, sir. At one time a church, but, in short, we fought the Roman Empire, and it was converted to a fort. And it stands that way today to protect the people of Marseille. All along the waterfront, lovely architecture. That's a hotel for the rich that come here, called Le Jet de Panier." Roseanna Lynn had read my mind, and pointing, laughing, smiling all the time, we enjoyed our tour together. Men were milling along the pier as the elusive shark was docking. Lines tossed to hands that waited near as Miss Lynn and I stood gawking. Then, frantically, she waved her arms to find someone's attention. "'Tis my brother James and Uncle John." Shocked me, I should mention. "You never mentioned family here. Thought you were bound to stay in Corsica. I assumed you lost all those deer going to Port Bastia." And I was drenched with jealous fear. Those on shore responded. Roseanna waved some more. My heart was sudden pounding. Will she be leaving here? She asked permission to come ashore. So now, I'm sure. She ignored what I was saying. My mind was racing. Fear. Oh, why did we dry dock here? She's leaving me, I can see. She turned to me. My heart was drumming. "Morgan, are you coming?" Chapter 55. Very possibly and very soon. She stepped off the shark and into the arms of James, her older brother. Then Uncle John, not to be outdone, stepped up too to hug her. "We heard about your trip," he said. "Must have been terrible, Rose. How we lost our ship, your father dead, and you wound up with those pirates," she closed. "Yes, they were pirates, Uncle John. And I think you knew all along. They watched as we got underway. They followed us out of Marseille for 2 days and a night. Oh, we saw them all right. To kill us. Just how much did you pay?" "Rose, you're talking foolish," John cried. "Don't make a scene. I've got my pride." James, all this time, his eyes even bigger than mine, walked away, then came back to her side. I could see he was taking this in. He was stroking the beard on his chin, trying to piece all the words that he'd just heard from his sister, who looked so determined. Said Miss Lynn, with venom that I'd never before seen, "Father made you a partner with us. His sister, Aunt Zoe, said he must. And that seemed rather fair. 5 full partners we were. If one died, pay the family a sum and the business absorbed by the rest. Lee was 3 times the sailor as you, yet you and he, out in that storm, you came back and he drowned. His precious body was found, like his head had been crushed by an oar." John said, "Lass, you've gone mad. I'm so sorry we lost Lee and your dad. We've a chandlery to run. We'll be closing up soon. Must get back to the business at hand." "Right. Just before Father set sail, I did see you, Uncle John. You were meeting someone." Now John began to turn pale. Without being brought in, I said, "James, did you perchance remember his name?" "No, I was just passing by. I remember they laughed and said, 'Ah, a ruffian, though. His clothes told me so. but I figured he's just buying supplies. John, by now, most irate, his eyes and his jaws showing hate, waggling his head, mockingly said, "Do you perchance remember his name?" Spat out, "Just who is this young man?" Replied Roseanna Lynn, looking straight at him. "This young man is my best friend, and very possibly, and very soon, he shall own half shares with me in the chandlery." John turned on his heels and was gone.